8 reps.
Hey everyone, just getting warmed up. So today is actually the first day back into training, into the gym after doing stage 1 of the CrossFit Games. So you know, Shane and I guess, like, you know, in any competition that we've ever done, you know, it's been very important for us to actually rest and recover, not just physically but mentally. And so going into stage 1, you know, it actually was a really great weekend where the workouts weren't too grueling. There was a lot of intensity throughout the weekend, but it was only 7 events, and 2 of those events were like the front squat and the handstand hold. So, you know, really there was what, 5 events, and there was only 1 that was over the 10-minute mark. Like the rest of them, when I look back at you know, how long it took me, they were relatively short events, which doesn't mean that they were easy. It actually means that they were harder, but the volume wasn't really there. So when we look back on it, we thought that, you know, it was very important that we take a few days off. So Shane and I, we actually went and took a trip down to Memphis. So we traveled down there for a few days, literally just went and, you know, did the touristy stuff that you do, which was awesome. And now we're back into the gym, and pretty much it's go time. Today we will ease into it. You know, we don't want to go from 0 to 100, but yeah, getting that body moving and pretty much getting back stuck into it, because we only have like 3 weeks to go before we have to start tapering again for the next stage. So not long, but still enough time for us to build on that fitness, build on that strength, and get ready for the CrossFit Games.
Are we on sound? What's up, YouTubers? So I'm just playing around to see if I get the height and the adjustment, the weight and the adjustment right for the guy. So what we're trying to do here is implement more of a core activation for our warm-up, just to more of a unilateral sort of activation rather than thinking too much of this cross plane up here. I sort of want to apply loads that are unstable so we can activate the core more. Sorry, I haven't put much thought into it. I didn't think the camera would be on me right now, but ultimately, yeah, that's what we want to do. Just activate the core, have a good warm-up through our midsection, and especially in a movement which we're not too comfortable with. Yeah. It's good. You got to lean to the kettlebell side a little bit more and just squeeze there. I just stay tight through it. Yep. Guys, so what we're doing at the moment is we're going to do 7 rounds of, hang on, let me bear with me, 5 bench press and 10 strict pull-ups every 2 minutes. The bench press weight will stay relatively the same. It's about 80% of their 1 RM, or 77 to 80% of their 1 RM. They'll perform 5 of them and then straight into strict pull-ups. The whole stimulus of today is more associated around the bench press. Our strength session this morning, sorry, let's do that again. Our strength session this morning is tailored around the bench press. And ultimately what I want these guys to do is work within those means of 80% and then straight from the bench press get up and do the strict pull-ups. It works out to be 70 strict pull-ups in the span of 14 minutes, so it's a fair few. So from a volume standpoint, this isn't necessarily a large amount of volume when I look at the whole scale of the week. However, to cram in 7 sets at 80% of their 1RM bench press, particularly with bench press, I would consider this a large portion. So the question was raised, would I have bench press? How often do we do bench press? If it's a workout like this, I'll certainly have a couple of days rest, or be mindful of the pressing movements for the next couple of days before I reintroduce that. On the flip side of things, if this was like a squat movement, like a back squat to a front squat, the rest period between it, or the downtime between it, would be less than 2 days at that. So yes, this is a relatively high volume for bench press, but it isn't in the grand scheme of things of volume wise.
Stop that. Stop that. Stop that. Stop that. I hear him chat to the noise, move too quick, can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys, man so tough, but mines keep walking. Just too sharp with the prize, white girls let it tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pan, if you wanna touch mine, please use caution. Cold like 0 degrees, I'm out the cage, gotta let out the beast. Revolutionary, gotta let out the streets. Locked in a cage, I'ma let out the. Wake up, get out the sheets. We came for war, man, forget my peace. You take the west, I take on the east. I'ma put him in the cage, never let out the. I hear him chat to the noise, move too quick, can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys, man so tough, but mines keep walking, yeah. Just too sharp with the prize, white girls let it tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pan, if you wanna touch mine, please use caution. Beg, please get on your knees, came from the jungle, up in the trees. I got a few tricks up in the sleeve. One wrong move, I'ma let out the. Big shoes, check out the crease.
Alright, so day 1 back in the training since stage 1, and so we just wanted to move the body, and it wasn't anything too intense, nothing too taxing, just really getting back in the gym and getting that body moving again. But we did, throughout our trip in Memphis, do a little recap of what we did. So I hope you enjoy, and if you have any recommendations on where to travel within the States, please comment below, because Shane and I are always up for a new adventure. Alright, and we are on. Hey everyone! So, it is Monday morning and Shane and I, oh there we are driving to Memphis. So this has been something that we wanted to do, well, pretty much after we realized that the games were postponed, right? When did we get this idea?
I'm not sure exactly. Sorry, I wasn't prompt on this memo, but I think we've just wanted to go to Memphis to see most of Tennessee. We've seen a lot of Tennessee. We've seen here we go. You tested me now, but we've seen Knoxville, Chattanooga. We've certainly seen Nashville. Certainly been around the Cookeville area and the surrounding areas of there. I think the only place left missing was Memphis, so we thought we'd walk in Memphis.
It's probably not the only thing that we have missed out on, but anyways,
that's it.
And so we're just gonna go here for a couple days, chill out. There's been actually a number of recommendations. What are we gonna do? We're gonna go see Graceland.
Certainly gonna try the barbecue. Beale Street is pretty popular with the music space. We certainly want to do a blues bar. Am I on here?
Yeah.
The blues bar. There's something else. There's a donut shop someone suggested. I love that. And
you said blues bar?
Yeah, blues bar.
Yeah. And for me, all I really want to do is just put on Walking in Memphis and just drive through Memphis.
Can you walk in Memphis?
Yeah, or walk. But I'm not gonna have I'm gonna have the radio on when we have that. You know, like when I'm walking in Memphis, I don't have a speaker with me.
You can have it on your phone. It's 21st century. All
right, well, we'll do. I'm gonna make that happen anyways.
Okay.
I always envisioned that we'd be driving into Memphis and having that song on.
Yeah, I guess I did too.
So.
But we were just discussing what you guys do on road trips. So like, we don't know, do you play games? Do you have a playlist? If you do have a playlist, particularly on Spotify, put that in the comments, because we would like to steal it off you.
Ah, Shane, what are you doing?
Just finished a hard set of Beethoven. You may have heard of him, a bit of a pianist like myself. But what's up?
Well, I've just got done telling the guys about our trip in Memphis, and I wanted to know, what was your favorite thing that we did here in Memphis?
Thing? Two things. I might just get off my piano, but thanks for that. Thanks for sharing that with me. Hope you enjoy that. You're welcome. Emmanuel. Two things. First one, donut shop. Dude there was fantastic. I think it's called
Will. Gibson's Donut.
Gibson Donut, but the dude was Will. Fantastic guy. I think you follow the channel, which we loved. So that's number one. Second one had to be the music. Loved that. We went to 2 bars that were playing due to the Corona period right now that they don't have full operation hours. So
I couldn't dance.
We couldn't dance, so they're probably lucky about that. But the blues music, that was fun. That's something, a culture that we've always enjoyed from afar, but to be in presence of where a lot of it began and a lot of successful bars, it was awesome. But that's all I've got to you. Over to you.
Hey everyone, so Shane and I, we took a couple days off and we traveled down to Memphis in Tennessee. Honestly, we haven't stopped since being here, so I don't know if it was more of a relaxing trip, but we got to experience a lot of really cool things. One thing that as soon as we got here, we actually booked our accommodation here at it's a big pyramid. I think it's called Cypress Lodge, and that was a very interesting hotel. It was beautiful. It kind of made me feel like I was in Canada or somewhere lodging in the mountains, which was really, really cool. Great sleeps. And then we actually, on the first night, we went out to Central Barbecue, so I think that's what you call it. Shane had some wings, some ribs. I had a nice pulled pork burger, and that was really nice. So started our trip off really good in Memphis. Then the next day we obviously had coffee, and then we went to just went around downtown and went to Beale Street, which was really, really cool. It's very dead in the morning obviously, but it reminded me a little bit of Nashville. And then we then went to Graceland, which was awesome. You know, I think a lot of people that live here in America, that when they heard that we were traveling to Memphis, they're like, why? And for us back home in Australia, you know, we always heard about Elvis Presley and, you know, so many famous people, and we heard about Memphis and like in a lot of movies and stories, songs and everything like that. And so it was one of those things that is like, when you're in America, you have to go to Memphis. And so going and doing that, we also noticed a few people had messaged me on Instagram and of course Shane, and so we decided we would actually go and surprise Will, who, it was just a random, I opened a message and I was like, yep, let's go. And we found him at Gibson's Donuts. He was actually working there, and he hooked us up with, I pretty much feel like the whole shop. But it was a very cool experience. I'm really pleased that we did it. You know, it was just something that was super random, super sporadic, and it really made his day. So Will, it was really great to meet you, and we absolutely love Gibson Donuts. We still have some left over. And then from there we actually found out that Gus's world famous fried chicken was around the corner, and that was amazing. It was actually so crispy, and it still had so much moisture in it. It wasn't dry. So that was something that I really, really loved. Actually, in the comments, for those people that have ever been to Gus's world famous fried chicken, why do you have the bread there? Is it to make like a chip sandwich or something? Because I mean, they are really, really good. There's something that I would have back home in Australia. But I was curious about that. And then from there, we actually decided that because I've always wanted to go to Mississippi as well. So we drove from Tennessee to Mississippi, then to Arkansas, and you're welcome, guys. I didn't know how to pronounce that at the start, and now ever since, because of all your help on Instagram, you all were able to help me figure out how to actually pronounce it. So we went to 3 different states in literally like less than an hour, so that was pretty cool, I thought, in my eyes. And then from that, we actually, that night we went home, we got changed, and we went out to a blues club, and we went to BB King's on Beale Street. That was out of this world. We enjoyed every minute of it. The band was unbelievable, and that was something that I will never forget. And it actually makes me so excited because we want to go to New Orleans at the end of the season as well. So that's something that we are really looking forward to. And I think I'm like a huge blues lover now. You know, just finding the appreciation for it a lot more. Not that I didn't like it beforehand, I guess I just didn't really look into it. And then we went to a really cool place, Sydney Wells, Brooke's sister. She recommended Flight, so we went there and we had a really nice, beautiful dinner. It was such a different experience, but something that I absolutely loved. Shane loved it as well. We got to share, mix and match. We also, we tried different wines as well, and then we came home and watched the basketball. Unfortunately, Lakers didn't win, which Shane was very upset about. But it's 2-1 right now, so I think they're going to come back firing. Now we're headed home and getting back into training, getting ready for the stage 2 of the CrossFit Games. So yeah, all in all, I love Memphis and I highly recommend it.